In this exercise video, we're going to be showing you how to do a single arm bent over row using a bench or some sort of lower surface. So the edge of a couch can work really well, an ottoman, or obviously an exercise bench or anything like that. So we're going to first get you positioned on your surface, and you want to have your hand directly underneath your shoulder and your knee that's closest to the surface on top of the surface here. And you're trying to get that knee directly underneath your hip. The other outside leg is just coming up into a stable surface, so we have good balance. And so where that foot is exactly doesn't make too much difference as long as it feels comfortable and stable to you. Now, this hand that's farthest away from the table is going to be our exercising hand. This is the one we're going to be doing the rowing exercise on. So it needs to have room to hang free with the weight without hitting anything and getting in your way. So line yourself up here. Make sure you have a flat back position. So you don't want to be here, but we don't want to be here either. So find that neutral position. So there should be just a smidge of a curve here on your lower back. Pull your head up in line with your shoulders and gently tuck your chin under to keep that upper neck and upper back posture correct. So this is your starting position. Now, we're going to add in some weight. Hand weight works really well, but you can also use this with a resistance band if needed. You're just going to put it underneath something to hold it on the ground. So find your posture, head in line. Arm is going to start off down. We're going to start off by pulling our shoulder blade down and back towards our butt pocket, and then pull the weight up to the side of our chest, and then slowly return back down. So we're pulling with an emphasis on the shoulder blade motion and not so much this. So we're not really concerned of how far that elbow goes up. We're more concerned of this shoulder blade pinching in towards the spine, because you should really feel it in this area between your shoulder blade and the spine. So we're thinking about squeezing here as we pull versus here. That's not the right motion and not the right muscles we're trying to train. So this is obviously something we're going to do on both sides. So you would turn around and do the same thing on the opposite arm, as long as you've been instructed to do that. Some things to be mindful of to make sure you're doing this correctly without cheating is to maintain that spinal posture, okay? So as we're doing the exercise, if we find ourselves twisting, or we find ourselves arching or dropping down and losing this spinal posture, then that's not ideal. Because as you're pulling up, I shouldn't have any movement through my rib cage, my head, my trunk, my torso. Nothing should be moving other than my arm and my shoulder blade, okay? The other thing to be mindful of is we don't lose this head position. A lot of times as we're doing the exercise, either we'll start to look up or we'll drop our head down. And we really want to train these postural muscles to hold us here as we're doing this exercise. So be really mindful of maintaining that head posture. You want to choose a weight that you can do comfortably with good form for the prescribed repetitions. So you may need to play around with it. If you feel yourself losing your form, you likely need to go down on weight to be able to do this effectively without cheating.